Hello, my name is Ugochi Vivianuka. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining. I hope you like the video and please don't forget to share and subscribe. Same for those who are returning. So I haven't put out a video in a few weeks because so many things have been happening in my country, Nigeria, and it's just been very sad. And so that's what I want to talk about today. So if you're not aware, there's been a movement or a protest called End SARS in Nigeria. And SARS, SARS, it stands for Special Anti-Robbery Squad. And this was like a group of policemen formed to help Nigeria fight against robbery and fraud, because there was a time in Nigeria, and probably still now, where there was a lot of robbery and crimes. So this group of people were formed to help Nigerians and to help us improve security and safety in the country. But instead, what did they do? They ended up harassing Nigerians. Yes, like they will harass the youth. Like if you're a youth and you're coming back at night, they will stop you on the road for no good cause and search you without any search warranty. Okay, fine, they search you, but they search your phone, and if they see that you're using even an iPhone, then they say you're a Yahoo person. So Yahoo means like internet fraudster, and then they will they will either arrest you or beat you up or ask you to give them money. And then even it came to a point where, like, if you had colored hair, like you dyed your hair, if you had beards, if you had earrings, or if you dressed in a way that they considered inappropriate, then they'll stop you and harass you. They even started raping people. Yes, they were raping young girls. They were just extorting money from people. So they will find these people, they'll say, oh, you're a criminal. If you don't send me money, then I'm going to arrest you. And some people got arrested, and till today the family members are still looking for them. Some people even got killed. So it was so bad that Nigerians had to protest, because there's been complaint for a long time, and at first I heard about that and I was like, what are these people like? Why are Nigerians complaining so much? Because I even thought it was a Lagos thing because I wasn't around for a while. So I was like, what's happening? But apparently it was like everywhere in Nigeria, more crimes were being committed by these so-called people who were supposed to be protecting us, right? Up to the extent that the citizens were even now more scared of these SARS people than of the robbers that were initially arranged to protect against. It became so bad, and so I think there were more recent killings, and that was when Nigerians just had enough, and they decided that they were going to protest against these SARS people for it to be ended and be reformed, or just ended, really. So Nigerians started protesting a few weeks ago. This was shortly after our Independence Day, which is October 1st. So we turned 60 in Nigeria. We had our 60th independence this year, October 1st, 2020. And there was peaceful protest all over the country. The people were carried their placards. It was so peaceful. It was so happy. Like every time I saw movement, I was so proud of Nigerians. People were sharing food, drinks to these protesters from their own pockets, like donating money. I'd never seen my country so united. I was so happy, so proud. I was like, any way I could protest, like any way I could help, I would love to. And even online, people were tweeting about it all over social media, including Instagram, and things were going smoothly. But of course, what did the Nigerian government do? Yes, they heard about this peaceful protest. They knew that Nigerians were coming for them, because I'm sure they feared that this would not just be the end. It would not just be end SARS and keep quiet. It would now be against the bad governance that we have in Nigeria. You do know in Nigeria we don't have stable electricity. We don't have good roads in a lot of places. We have very poor healthcare system. And don't even get me started on the educational system. Like, there's so many things. And do you know how much money we have in Nigeria? Yeah, the corruption, the bribery. So anyway, those government people, they started by, there were rumors. Oh, prison break in Edo State. People broke out of prison. Like, okay, what does that have to do with the protests? They said, oh, the protesters are the ones that went and released them from the prison. Then they said hoodlums, people were going around, and these things had nothing to do with the protesters. And then next thing, Lagos State Governor issued a curfew that everybody, the same day or in the morning, that everybody should be back in their houses by 4 p.m. How do you issue a curfew for such a large movement for the same day? You couldn't even give them up to 24 hours. Okay, granted, at some point they now extended the curfew to 9 p.m. when people were complaining. Before 9 p.m., soldiers, people dressed in army uniform, came and started shooting at innocent people, and some lives were lost, some people injured, and an ambulance came to help out, and some of them were not even allowed to come to the scene. It was just frustrating. Oh, sorry, before I even get there, do you know, before the shooting happened, they came and dismantled all the cameras around the area? I don't know why they did that, or we don't know why they did that, if we that's what we want to go with. But they came, dismantled all the cameras, turned out the lights, and then started shooting. And so this was just about a week ago, and of course, like, Nigerians got even angrier and upset, and since then there's been chaos, and it's just, the situation has been sad. It's been sad. People have tried not to have reduced the protest on the streets, but of course we're still trying to speak out on social media. So if you see anything on social media, if you see End SARS, it's for a good cause. It's not just people talking or making jokes. It's actually for a good cause. So I beg you, if you see any of that, please try to support the movement, try to share. I know there are some people who don't like to share anything, because I don't know whether they think that people are going to snatch their husbands or their wives. I don't know, like, they can't help a fellow to share a post. Please, this is not the time. Just share a post. Like, try to speak out, try to reach out to anybody that you know can help, because we need our voices to be heard, and not just heard, we need action to take place, because we need a better Nigeria. We need a country where we feel safe. A lot of us, many of us, have been victims. Like, we have family members who have been victims of insecurity in the country. We've lost lives. And so when this whole thing happened, I felt so sad, because I remembered my own experience, where life had been lost within, like, a close member, because of insecurity in the country, because of poor health care. And so even if you don't know anybody directly, even if you're not a victim directly, you will know somebody. And if you don't know somebody, believe me, you don't want to know somebody who is a victim. So it's better you talk now. And no matter where you are, as long as you're a Nigerian, and even if you're not a Nigerian, if you're an African, if you have a Nigerian friend, please just help us speak out. Because no matter where you are, like, it might come back and bite you. And I saw some people, like, I guess a lot of them were joking, but people talking about leaving Nigeria. And I said, leaving Nigeria is not going to solve the issue. Yes, yeah, you might leave to a better place, but are you going to move all your family or your relatives? And even if you move all your family members or your relatives, do you really want to come from a place where you can't go back? Like, you come, you say, I'm from Nigeria, and you can't go home, you can't visit home. You almost don't even have a place to call home. So we need to talk, we need to speak out. I'm not saying people should not move. If you want to move, you can move, but no matter where you are, make sure that you're lending a voice. Please make sure you're lending a voice to this cause, because we need change in Nigeria. And talking about needing change, like, if you watch the speech that our president gave, this man came out 2 days after this incident of killings by the soldiers, and gave a speech that showed no emotions whatsoever. Like, the speech was like, it's a wall talking. There was no emotion about people that had been harmed, injured, killed by this event. Nothing. It was basically like telling people that, yes, you are complaining about the police, but if you don't stop complaining, the police will deal with you even more. And I've heard about police people even talking face to face to citizens and saying, I will harm you and nothing will be done. Can you imagine the kind of country we come from? So please, we can't stand that. And this is why we need new leaders and new young leaders. Okay, I always say, I don't think anybody who has reached the age of retirement has any reason to be leading a country. to be in any position of power. Because normally if you're working 9 to 5 and they say your retirement age is 60, that means they think that, okay, at the age of 60 you should go and rest. So why should you come and be leading a country after the age of 60? I think there should be an age cap. I'm not trying to be an ageist, but I think there should be an age cap, because there's a reason for retirement. So if there's a retirement age for regular 9 to 5 workers, there should be a retirement age for people who are leading the nation. We need people who are still active mentally and physically, who are still current with what's happening, and who care about the people. Not just people who have ruled before I was born and then come back to rule. No, we don't need things like that or people like that. So I really hope that we shine our eyes, and I hope we don't have to wait till the next election, because the next election is 2023, and no, I don't think we should be waiting for that long for change to take place. Because I saw a video of people saying, oh, we'll vote in 2023. Yes, we should always vote. It's our civic duty to vote, but we don't have to wait till then for change to happen. We need change now. Okay. And sometimes it's just really troublesome, because even people outside the country feel unsafe about coming home. I saw a placard saying, we in the diaspora, we're afraid to come home because of SARS. Isn't that a pity? Isn't that shameful that we can't even come home to visit because of SARS? Because we feel insecure, because we don't feel safe in our home country. So we definitely need a place where we can come home, where we can see good change, see for 24-hour electricity. Like even our neighbor Ghana, when I lived there for 4 years, they only took light, like when I say took like power out, like a few times. Like there was always lights, there was always electricity. So how much more Nigeria, where we have way more money? If you hear the money they were talking about that they lost because of protests within 11 days and the toll gates were closed, they called about 200 million naira. I said, so people make this amount of money, from this toll gates, and you people have not used it to, like, by now we should have food for everybody in that country. Nobody should be poor. Oh, speaking of food, hey, there were videos of palliatives, the food items that had been bought for people during the COVID-19 times, right? COVID-19 time, people lost their jobs, people were hungry, people could not go to work because there was lockdown all over the nation. So apparently they had bought food, some government people, or ordered food. Instead of sharing this food to citizens, they just packed them in warehouses for months. This food, they were decaying, and only they were just recently discovered. Lots of food, rice, beans, gari, and salt, something that you would give to citizens, let them survive. You know, also when I saw and thought about all these things that were happening, I felt so sad. I was in tears. I was so distracted for days. I just couldn't even imagine the pain that people are going through, and how we would not have to go through any of these things. So I just thought I would talk about it today. I mean, I could spend the whole day talking, but my key message here is, please support the End SARS movement. It's a necessary movement for Nigeria, to end police brutality, to end bad government or bad governance in the country, so that we can have a better country, one where we feel safe, where we feel secure, where we feel like our voices are heard. And so please, if you see any tweets, any Instagram posts supporting the movement, please share. And speaking of sharing, don't forget to share this video as well and click like. So thank you so much for watching. I had some other videos I had made, but I just couldn't bear to put them out without talking about this cause. So I pray that God delivers us. We need to be prayerful during this time. We need to continue speaking out. We need to continue helping and supporting each other. So please, everybody, let's do that. And while we do that, please remember that COVID-19 is still on. The pandemic is still on. We pray to God for safety, to protect us, but also do your part. Wear your mask when you go out, whether you're protesting or not, whether you're going to the stores. Please wear your mask. Please try to stay 6 feet away from people, and just keep up the faith, keep up the good work. I trust that something great will come out of this. And to all those who have lost family members due to this, I pray that their souls rest in peace, and I pray that God comforts you during this time. So please, everyone, stay safe. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye. Oh yeah, and speaking of jokes, there's been lots of jokes and jokers. I always wondered where Nigerians got their sense of humor from, but apparently we inherited it. Like, cause I don't see how serious things can be happening, and people think that we don't have sense and be using us to play around. But it's okay. We'll leave that for another discussion. It's well. It's well.